from our perspective, like, hey, what type of accommodations are we going to have in the press box? And they do say they have a nice facility, a remodeled press box.
Doesn't look very big. Well, this is remodeled. There's no food or drink up here. Man, I'm writing a letter, by the way.
I'm getting a little parched, as a matter of fact. 2nd and 6 for the Wildcats to start the fourth quarter. They're at their own 36. Little wide receiver screen set up right side. The ball is high, incomplete. Bryce Flynn, nice job defending on that play because that play wasn't going anywhere.
1 for 10 on the night for Cox there.
Intended for Elijah McCutcheon. Nothing doing, and he's still down. You think he's got a cramp.
Yep.
The trainer nearly falls over.
I think what we're going to do next week is we're going to have some of the parents. We're going to meet at a place there, have dinner before the game. So I'll send out some emails and stuff. If you would like to go, email me. You get to me on the Quarterback Club website. We'll have a little Falcon gathering before, kind of all show up together, wear our new black district championship T-shirts. I'm so confident, Dan. I ordered them last week.
That is very confident. I mean, apparently you knew something that I think we all knew. If the Falcons play their game, they can come over to Fort Worth and take care of Dunbar. And I think overall the Falcons have played their game.
And I don't think there's not a defense in the district as good as ours either.
I don't think so either.
And so they haven't played a defense like this, and they most certainly have not seen an offense like this.
Coming into the season, it wasn't any surprise. Everybody knew the Falcons were going to score points. The question mark for the Falcons coming into this thing was the defense. Right. I think in the defensive line, I thought was a little bit. He wasn't sure what he's going to get out of that defensive line.
Well, with Micah and Valsis up there and DeShazo, he's new this year too.
But you got to think. Micah changed positions from linebacker, defensive end. DeShazo, a new guy, not totally sure. Valsius, he got limited playing time last year, but he's been a stud this year. Josiah was the one sure thing, and Cox going to keep it himself. He's got first down yardage. Out across the 45, gets into Falcon territory at the 49. Flags all over the place. I think
all three of those flags mean the same thing.
Yep. Somebody got a hold of a face mask, didn't they?
Yes, sir.
But they've got other kids. Hayden Brackett comes back.
Right.
He didn't play last year. Devontae Traylor, he showed promise as a sophomore, but didn't get a ton of varsity playing time.
And they were also worried he was going to move to Lubbock for a while, remember? Then he decided to come back and stay. We're glad he did.
I think Kyle Roundtree has played very well at the corner. Timmy Gowans has done an exceptional job. Of course, they'll roll Keegan in there as well. Bob Jackson, I think, has done a great job at the safety position.
Well,
now he's playing corner.
And Jacob Papard moved back to safety from linebacker last year.
So overall, I mean, they're going to give up yardage as Cox tries to go left. He spins out of it, coming right side. Papard in pursuit, and Cox going to run out of bounds near the 30-yard line, maybe picking up about 4 yards on the play.
It was actually a nice pursuit by Papard and Flynn, staying in their lanes, right?
Yep.
Because he'll go around you quick, push him to the outside.
And the deal is, we knew Courtney could play linebacker. He didn't do it at all last year until that Brewer game. Picked off 2 passes, made a ton of tackles. So I think coaches like seeing him at linebacker. Cox was a starter in the middle last year, and he's been very good this year. Bryce Flynn was one that came out of nowhere for me.
Right.
But he's been exceptional at that left outside linebacker position.
He's a tackling machine.
This time the give to Kenny, right side, making yardage down to the 27-yard line, a gain of 2.
Brackett and Holder on that one. Flynn.
It was a good push, though. He didn't have hardly anywhere to go. He found a small crease to shoot through for a couple yards, but by and large, they just shut him down and stopped him at the line.
God, he's so fast.
But yes, the defense, though, I'm just very, very pleased. Coach knows they're going to give some yards. Coach talks about it. This isn't a game anymore about shutting the other team out. It's about who's going to make more big plays and who's going to score more points than the other team. Falcons have an offense to do that. Give to Kenny, left-hand side. He's got running room, and it looks like he's breaking away. 10-5, touchdown Wildcats. 1 minute into the fourth quarter, and now this lead is cut. It's going to be still a 3-possession game unless they go for 2 here.
I wouldn't think so.
Jacob Papard, he missed an open field tackle right there at about the 25-yard line.
I got to tell you, if I'm the Wildcats, I'm going for 2 to make it a 2-possession game. We're in the fourth quarter. This is still, if they make this extra point and Leal's kick is through the uprights, brings the score to 38-21, they still trail by 17. I think that's an obvious time to go for 2. That point really didn't matter a whole lot.
No, I've always been a believer you go for a little later. You take sure points now, and you.
We're in the fourth quarter, and they're down by 3 possessions. How many more are they going to get? You know?
We'll see.
So we'll
Stay
see
tuned.
about that. But we'll keep you right here. Presley, any other things you want to talk about from the quarterback club perspective? People doing good things. I will give a shout out to Dave Stanley. He is your videographer, and he's down there every week. He talked about the banquet. He'll put together an awesome end of season video.
He got to film the last week. He goes, "Hey, can I go in there and film the pregame talk?" So I'll go over to Coach Sander. "Hey, can we film this?" He's like, "Sure," unless TR speaks. Travis.
Yeah.
Then it's a lot of. You got to bleep out a lot of that, so I don't know. I haven't talked to David since about it. He does a great job. You know, that's kind of dangerous because he's looking through that, right?
Right.
So his field of vision is very small. He does a good job. He's a big guy. I mean, it's not like you're gonna knock him over or anything.
Of course, Dave's the father of Chase Stanley, the starting center, the junior, number 71 for the Falcons.
See, that father thing, I don't know about that because Chase is a good-looking kid. Yeah, and Melinda's really good-looking.
You're ridiculous. Also, the helmet crew, they get that helmet over here. Good job by those guys. They're led by Bill Slater, who couldn't be with us again tonight. Last week was a gallbladder. Talked to Bill today. Today he suffered some side effect. It seemed like a little bit of vertigo going on from Bill. So
no.
He's had a pretty rough week, but I know that guy will be on the mend. But, of course, Connor Shantz, Gary Papard, Marvin Harris, Scott Anderson, and Brian Griffin doing the dirty work down there.
Good dudes, aren't they?
They like bringing that trailer, but I got to tell you, I think they dig the seats they get in the back of that end zone, man, because that's a fun place to watch a football game from.
Well,
They're right on top
here.
of the action. Comes the kick. Oh, an onside try by Leal. Gets a good bounce and a good job. I think that was Alex Papard going up high to gather that ball in to recover it for the Falcons. Am I right on that number call?
I think it was Tommy Vila, I believe.
Was it 10? Okay.
Thomas,
Yeah.
nice. Good job, Thomas.
Good job by Tommy Vila.
Speaking of that trailer, one of our sponsors here is Honda of Denton. So my goal is to have that thing wrapped. We've sold the wrap. I've got somebody. We were able to get somebody to volunteer to donate the printing of it and the installation. I'm just getting the design like we need it done. So I'd love to have that thing wrapped here eventually, but it will be wrapped the next couple of years. They signed a 2-year contract to be the sole sponsor on that, so we're very excited to have Honda of Denton as one of our sponsors. Why is the ball marked right there?
Falcons have it 1st and 10 at their own 48, 2 receivers each side. Bowen motions from the right side to the left side. Left side, he's in the left slot. Courtney Holder in the backfield.
Brewer's back in, Dan.
I see Keegan Brewer. He's lined up on the left side at the hash mark outside of Tristan Bowen. Fade down the right sideline going for Sasser, and that ball is out of bounds. Tough one. That was a pretty good throw. Just let him barely out of bounds. Sasser went up and got it.
Contact on that.
Perhaps.
I'd also like to give a shout out this week to one of our new sponsors here that Coach Sander brought in, Southern Mechanical. They're down in Louisville. They do a good job. They do a lot of work in the Lake Cities, and they're alumni. They're Falcons as well, so they're very proud of this 50th team, as we all are.
2nd down and 10 for the Falcons at their own 48. Bowen motions this time, left to right. They fake it to him. They give it to Courtney up the middle. Nothing doing. Courtney's probably going to lose a yard or two on this play. So Falcons trying to keep it on the ground and burn some time here.
I was surprised we threw the ball on 1st down, to be honest with you. I really thought we were going to run it there.
I think they might have been trying to catch him sleeping there, but it was pretty good coverage.
Well,
So
we talked about that earlier. This team, this Dunbar team is so fast. They can score so quick. They do bring good pressure on defense, but we know we can beat it.
3rd down and 12, and this is, I got to tell you, we've had a big lead, and we felt pretty comfortable about this game. But this is a really big play for the Falcons. 3rd down and 12 at their own 46. Hahn dropping back. He's looking, going to fire deep down the middle of the field. Oh, down the right sideline. That ball is caught by Sasser at the 22-yard line. It's complete, and there's a flag on the play.
The coaches saw something, I guess. They've run that play twice in 3 downs.
Wow, that was great. I thought he was trying to hit Brewer going down the middle.
I did too. Hey, Stanley, did you get a good shot on that one? Yes. Okay, good.
So let's see what the penalty's all about. Yeah, that
January.
was a great job.
Looks like it might be against the Falcons.
Did Brett push off?
No, the flag came over here.
Pass interference goes against the Falcons. Brett apparently
the flag came
pushed
from over
off.
here, though.
Yeah, I mean that's a long. Coaches, obviously, you can see him out there. He's at the 25-yard line barking at the official. And that's exactly what he's telling him, I believe.
Right.
It's like, that's not his call. You're the guy who should be making that call. You can hear him. That's horrible. They're going to mark off the penalty.
He's in full tomato head right now, isn't he, Brother Van?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Why are they going back 15 yards? And there's a flag coming from the sideline, and Coach, I think, might have just got one. He's not very happy. I don't get why they just marked off 15 yards on an offensive pass interference call. That play started at the 46. They have it spotted at the 31. And now it looks like they're going to take 15 more yards for unsportsmanlike conduct, I believe, called against the Falcons sideline. And we're marking it all the way back to the 16-yard line. There's 5 free yards in there somewhere the way I see it. Am I right on that?
It's not 15?
That's 15. The first 15 wasn't correct. You know what I'm saying?
I thought a pass interference 15 yards.
Is it? I thought it was a 10-yard penalty offensive. No, I thought they were all 10-yard. All right. Well, hey, listen, man, I appreciate that.
We agree to disagree.
You got it. So now it's 3rd and forever. Of course, I don't think they're going to be playing that.
3rd down and 42.
3rd and 42. Spread them out. Empty set. It looks like they're going to bring 6, put plenty of pressure on Hahn. He fires it out of bounds. He was outside of the pocket, so outside of the tackle box, so it's incomplete.
That's a big momentum boost for the Wildcats.
They're going to get this ball in good field position.
Ball spotted at the 16. Ben on to punt. He's going to be standing somewhere around his own goal line. Kinney going to be standing on his own 45 area. Falcons getting a few guys in there late. They have plenty of time. Play clock is still at 16. 9:46 left to go. It is a 3-possession game. Ben is able to get this punt off. It's a low wobbly kick and a hit at the 43, and check up, takes a high bounce. Tommy Vila down there to down it at the Falcon 43-yard line. That's where the Wildcats going to take over, and this is
the time for the defense to stand up and win the ball game, right?
Let's have a big play, force a turnover. Let's get off the field and get it back to your offense. But
well, it's 4-down territory for them no matter the rest of the game, right?
Just as soon as we're talking about how good the Falcon offense is, they've had the ball 4 times in the second half, scored a touchdown in their first one, but then they turn it over on downs, and now 2 punts back-to-back. So, hey, I think the Falcons still have this one. They got to be feeling pretty good, but right now there's a big momentum swing.
Right. They're confident. They don't have a lot of fans here, but their fans are getting a little bit into it, sort of.
This is probably the biggest crowd I've seen from one of the Fort Worth schools
That's
this year.
true. Yes, sir.
Cox goes under center. He gives it to Kinney, left side. Tauefa coming on top to make the tackle, but it's Micah Fitzgerald and Courtney Holder who really kind of stopped that play.
It's Micah and Josiah. They're going to go to that side. That's what's going to happen.
It's a short gain of 1, brings up 2nd down and 9.
And the clock keeps 42.
Moving. Keep that clock rolling, no doubt about it. We just don't need to let anybody loose. Let's keep them contained, set your edge, force that runner back into the center of the field. Now Cox, shotgun formation, Kinney to his right. It's a low snap. They fake the Kinney left. Cox keeps it right.
Stay low.
Nice hit by Micah. Excuse me, that's Alex Papard.
Stayed low, right?
Yep.
You go high, he's going to go through you.
4-yard gain down to the Falcon 37-yard line.
Big 3rd down.
3rd and 4, and again the clock continues to tick. We're at 8:42 and counting. And you know what? If they want to huddle up and if they want to take their time, that only plays into the Falcons' hands. I'm a little surprised by this.
Right. I'm not opposed to it, Dan, if you're asking if I'm opposed.
Falcons leading 38-21. It is a 3-possession game at this time. I formation, Cox under center. They give it to the up back. It's number 3. He's going to have 1st down yardage down to the Falcon 31-yard line. It's a gain of about 7. But again, that play doesn't kill him. Just short yardage plays and just keep that clock moving.
Keegan came back into corner, so Bob moved to safety and Little Pep went out. Josiah moved over to the left tackle.
Again, Cox under center. This time they give to Kinney. He tries to bounce it out right. There's flags on the play. Kinney nowhere to go, but he slips the Falcons defense down the right sideline. Another flag. He's tackled at the 25, picks up about 7. Let's sort these flags out because there's going to be 2 different penalties on the play. I think we might have a holding call on the first one.
I think so, and then generally back here it's going to be something on us. There could be a hold up here, I guess, on them as well, but I would say more than likely going to be on the defense.
Gain of about 7 down to the Falcon 24-yard line.
And it does stop the clock, which I'm
7:57. Again, Falcons 2 penalties. There's an illegal use of the hands blocking the back. It's declined. We have a chop block against the Wildcats. That's accepted.
Took the clipping call.
It's a 15-yard variety, so that's a big break for the Falcons.
Absolutely. 15-yarders hurt. Ask the Falcons.
No doubt about it. Of course, the Falcons have been stung by the refs 6 times for 57 yards. The Wildcats now, that's 9 penalties for 90 yards. They say let's wind the clock. 7:51 and counting. It's 1st and 25. Ball spotted at the Falcon 46. They're about right back to where they started here on this drive. And we've taken a couple minutes off the clock. It's number 3, Johnny Gray in the backfield with Cox. 3 receivers to the far side, the left side. Cox spins, throws left down. He's got Kinney at the 10, hauls it in, and that's going to be a Wildcat touchdown. Wow.
Micah had good pressure, put a lick on him just a second too late. Cox is walking off fairly slowly, but at the end of the day, he still got a touchdown on the play.
Well, guys, everything changes here. Papard had decent coverage. That was a well-thrown ball. I mean, Papard was obviously beat by about a step. I thought he was going to be able to make a play on the ball. It barely got over his hands, and Kinney really made a nice catch at the 10-yard line.
Well, the ball was in the air long enough. That's the kind you think could be picked.
Leal on to try this extra point. It's a low snap. Oh, they're going to have to fake it. They're running toward that far pylon left side. He's going to score the 2-point conversion.
The exact same thing they did last week. They did the same thing last week, Dan. Their last touchdown last week against Eastern Hills, they ran the exact same play.
That 2-pointer brings the score to the Wildcats 29, Falcons 38. Falcons now only lead by 9. And, wow, things have certainly changed here in Fort Worth, Presley.
And the fourth quarter is not – normally the fourth quarter is our quarter.
No doubt about it, but it just seems.
We got to unravel the terrible call down here. Really, that set this whole thing in motion, right?
Well, they've got to overcome that.
Shelved, and they built their confidence, and we got frustrated, and that's what happens.
You're right, but I would want my team to overcome those little things going on there, And unfortunately, right now the Falcons haven't answered the bell, and just like Dunbar did in the first half, the Falcons kind of seem to come unraveled here.
Yes, sir. You're exactly right.
Hey, let up off the throttle.
Yes, sir. Championship games, you've got to play to the whistle, right? That Kinney is the real deal, by the way.
That Kinney is that's his 3rd touchdown of the game, a 9-yard run, a 16-yard run, and now that 46-yard reception.
They've thrown at him 4 times, 2 catches. We got 75 yards, 37.5 per catch.
So now it's up to the Falcon offense. I mean, the defense has done a pretty darn good job all year long and really through this game, but right now it's the Falcon offense that's not helping the Falcon defense.
Well, let's get the ball here. They're going to onside kick it.
And that's tough.
A couple first downs.
Yeah.
This thing's a whole lot easier to manage.
And that's tough to say because this Falcon offense has been just awesome. But obviously in the last 3 possessions, we haven't seen their best.
That's right.
So now it's time to come out and answer the bell and say, we are the Falcon offense. We're going to take it. Hey, ball control, do whatever. And it's just not a run now. There's the onside. It hits off Shaq. The ball's loose, but that's all Falcons. It fell in between about 4 Falcons. We jump on top of the ball. It's Tauefa coming up with the recovery.
Nice.
So here's the deal right there. 7.5 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Now the Falcons have excellent field position. Going to be at their own 47-yard line. And again, hey, man, let's make it happen, Presley.
Well, we've got the big uglies. Let's run the ball. Courtney can get you 7 yards a carry. Tonight he's averaging, what do we rest? He's averaging 12.2 per, right? He gets half that each time.
And Courtney is in the backfield with Dagenhan.
The big uglies are the best in the district, right?
2 receivers each side. The ball on that left hash mark. 1st and 10 for the Falcons. They're on 47. blitzing backer. Hahn fires deep, intended for Brewer. The ball barely tipped away at the 25. It's incomplete. He may have just undershot that a little bit, allowed the defense to get back.
Well, I mean, and when they're blitzing like that, they're on him. You've got to get rid of it. And I think he just wanted another half tick, you know. Unfortunately, he didn't have a half tick to be had, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, he had to get rid of the ball or else he was going to really take a shot. Again, 2nd and 10, ball at the Falcon 47, same formation. Option right, they pitch it to Courtney Holder. He's going to get across the 50, gets hit the 46. Wow, if he could have kept his feet, he could have been gone. He picks up 11 for a Falcon first down.
Sasser, did you see Sasser's block over there? He took the guy all the way to the ground.
Yeah.
And then they got up and the guy pushed him out of bounds. But that's Sasser's first down right there.
I love the fact that these receivers just take so much pride in being physical and blocking and helping all their teammates. That's a good run, though. Courtney, there was some pretty good contact. He tried to make a spin move. If he keeps his feet, he's going to roll, I think, down the sideline.
You know what? I'll take a first down. I don't want them to get the ball back. You know, it's first
Keep
down.
the clock moving.
That's right.
2 receivers here to the near side. They give the Holder up the middle. Boy, that's a nice run by Courtney.
And Frederickson and Montgomery taking the block all the way to the next level, too.
He picks up 2. I thought that gap was closing a little quicker. I thought Courtney did a good job in lowering his head and just getting what he could there.
Well, it's 7 on 5, right? Mm-hmm. The 5 big uglies. We're all spread out. They've got 7 guys down there. What that's going to do is it's going to free up, for example, right here. Watch the coverage on Shaq.
Shaq here to the near side. He's split wide. He's at the numbers.
No
Brewer
safety
in the
help
left slot.
On this side at all.
That's exactly right. They got a bunch of guys up there.
How about a rub route right here?
2 receivers each side. They're going to bring 5, and boy, Hahn under pressure. Ball gets loose. Hahn going to have to dive on it all the way back at his own 39-yard line. Holy smokes, there was heavy pressure. He gets hit. The ball gets stripped, and Hahn able to fortunately fall on it. That could have been a complete disaster.
Very headsy play, and then the thing is, you can also, if he goes down to pick that thing up, you boot it, you muff it, you're in bigger trouble. So a good play by Hahn. Let's get on the ball. Let's live to fight another day.
Wow, so it's going to be 3rd down and 28, all the way back at the Falcon 39, and 5.5 left to go in the 4th quarter. Falcons leading 38-29. Courtney motions. Again, heavy pressure. Degan trying to elude it, slips, falls down at the 25. It's going to be a sack and a 14-yard loss, and we're just losing field position. And Dunbar is just, they are fired up. I mean, you can see it. Everything is going their way, and the Falcons have just flat out come unglued. I don't know what else to say.
Just pressure.
Ben Williamson in punt formation, standing in his own 10. It's Kinney going to be standing near midfield at his 50. Ben's kicks haven't been just long and booming. It's a high snap over Ben's head. It's going to be rolling toward the back of the end zone. Ben picks it up, tries to make something happen. He's going to try to run it out and gets run out of bounds at the 3-yard line. You got to be kidding me. He saved the safety, but man, the Wildcats have it. 1st and 10 first and goal at our 3. It might even be the 2.
Yep.
Holy
Say that it'd be better to kick the ball out of the end zone.
I mean,
I guess they get the ball back either way.
Hey, the fact that Ben was able to pick it up and avoid the safety was absolutely amazing. Guys, I got to tell you, at halftime, we were talking about Springtown, and we were just talking about all sorts of things, and it's anybody's ball game right now. Cox going up under center, I formation, Kinney the tailback. They're going to give it to Kinney up the middle. Nothing doing, Mike. If
they're ripping the ball out.
Oh, come on, fumble.
Oh, that ball was close to coming out.
Wow. Good job by the Falcon front, stopping it. Might have been a loss of 1 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and goal at the 3.
The clock keeps ticking, Dan. The clock is our friend here.
4.5 minutes left to go. Falcons with all 3 timeouts. That's not the big deal. Wildcats trailing by 9. They only have 2. But they are knocking on the door to make this thing a 2-point game. Cox fakes the handoff. Cox going to keep it himself. Now he fires the end zone. He hits the receiver in the back of it. It's a touchdown, number 9, Elijah McCutcheon.
I really thought he was going to try to take that in himself.
I thought he could take it, too. I thought he was going to do it. He's rolling right, made a hard cut toward the end zone, but let the ball go at the last minute. Wow. I got to tell you, Presley, I'm just amazed at what I'm seeing right here. Absolutely amazed.
Keeps you nervous, doesn't it, Dan?
Score now 38-35 in favor of the Falcons. We're under 4 minutes left to go. Leal on to try this extra point. This time they put the hold down. That kick is through the uprights. And now it is a 2-point game. Falcons 38, Wildcats 36. This is the Lake Dallas Falcon Quarterback Club broadcast.
Hello, Lake Dallas fans. Nick Fredrickson with T-Rock Roofing. I am your Texas storm specialist. Call on me day or night to fix it right the first time. Specializing in insurance claims, call me to find out why I am the most preferred local roofer. No job too big or small, we fix them all. Find me at www.dallasroofer.com or call on me at 214-289-6776. To get it fixed, call Nick.
We're back, and I'm shocked.
I am too, Dan.
Well, Presley,
do you kick it here, Dan, or do you onside kick it, or you kick it deep?
if I'm them, I kick it deep.
Me too.
I mean, if I'm then, I try to flip the field. I try to get the field position, force the Falcons back in a hole, because right now the Falcon offense is just flat in cahoots. And this is just so rare because we're used to just seeing a finely tuned machine.
The last time we saw this was Wichita Falls Old High last year, right? Where we just couldn't. We just were discombobulated, right? We were just kind of all over the place.
So the Falcons in the second half, they scored on their opening drive, and now they've turned the ball over on downs twice, and they've had to punt twice, where on the flip side, Dunbar has had 4 possessions. They've scored 4 touchdowns. They've only had to punt once. So this is a tale of 2 halves, and they mirror each other. You know, one team good in the first half, one team good in the second half. Here's the kick by Leal. It's deep. Demi Gowans was standing his 10. The ball's going to land 3 yards deep in the end zone. Gowan's going to pick it up on one bounce and kneel for the touchback. But, Presley, we have a flag on the play. I think this might be an offsides call against the Wildcats, similar to one that happened earlier.
Yeah.
You know, what do you think if that would have ended up being a safety? Would that have been better?
Well, not necessarily, because it's a 2-point game now. They've got 2 points of safety. They get the ball on the 40. If they go down and score, we've got a minute and a half. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's
they
good
automatically get the ball on the 40.
Well, no, we got to punt to them.
Well, we got to punt it to them or kick it off. We have our option.
And we're not we have coverage unit issues, right?
Yeah. So this is yikes. I mean, we can talk about that, but ultimately they do score the quick touchdown. Falcons have it 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. And honestly, I can't even give you what the call was because I was too zoned out and trying to figure out what's going on here with these Falcons. Come on, boys. Time to show them what you got. Option left. They pitches it out to Courtney Holder. He's out to the 34-yard line. 4-yard gain on the play.
That coach spends more time on the field than Hahn.
Boy, you're all right about that. I was noticing that as well. Falcons.
He's fiery.
Second down and 6 at their own 34-yard line. 3.5 minutes left to go. This clock is ticking. The Falcons obviously need to pick up a couple first downs here. Wildcats still have 2 timeouts. They trail the Falcons 38-36. And the Falcon offense desperately, just for their own good, trying to pick up a first down, but for the good of this game ending quickly. Hahn going to fire a quick slant. Brewer hits him.
First down.
Ball's complete at the 40, takes it out to the 42, and that's a Falcon first down. That is much needed relief for that offense. I like it. You know what? Just a quick 1-2 step drop and fire. You know, don't let all this pressure get to you.
Well, that's what's happening. We're letting on something to develop downfield. The pressure's in his face. He has to scramble out, drops the ball.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Hey, that short, get the ball and get rid of it. Tauweff in the game as a fullback. Is that Micah at the left tight end position? 1st and 10 at the 42 of the Falcons. Courtney up the middle, breaks a couple tackles. Beautiful run all the way out to midfield.
You've got 2 plays here to get a first down, right?
Oh, I got to tell you, Courtney was hit at or near the line of scrimmage, and he just kept the legs churning, and that showed me a lot of strength in Courtney Holder late in this game.
I'm not a big fan of the spot there, Dan. I think they cheated us out of a yard or a yard and a half, I was thinking.
His knee must have went down because they're spotting at the Falcons 49. Second down and 3. Again, Tau Effa, the fullback. Courtney lined up directly behind Dagan. Micah in at that left tight end position. One receiver each side. This time they give Tau Effa right side. He's got first down yardage inside the 45. Rumbling, stumbling, being tackled at the 39-yard line. And that play goes for 12 yards and another Falcon first down.
Laundry on the field. You know, Josiah, he had visions of Green and the band playing, right?
Yes, he did.
Strong. That guy's a strong runner. He's a strong everything. But he also, you know, he's a smart football player. He can literally play almost any position out there.
Yeah.
He's just so dominating on the defensive line. You've got to play him there.
Hey.
He's a fantastic receiver. He has hands. What's the call here? Unsportsmanlike. Offsetting. Okay.
And that was after the play. They're going to give him the yardage. Offsetting, dead ball, unsportsmanlike. So that is a Falcon first down at the Wildcat 39-yard line. We're less than 2 minutes left to go here. Again, Wildcats have
Clock is
2
started.
timeouts.
We've got 25 seconds to snap the ball here.
Oh, Brother Van. All righty.
Take your time here.
Again, Micah in at the left tight end. Tau Effa, the fullback, lined up behind Micah. Courtney, the pitch left. Courtney's got yardage inside. Oh, boy, get inside the 30, going to be tackled at the 26-yard line. Another 13-yard chunk play. And at the right time, the Falcons are putting together perhaps their most important drive of this season, facing a lot of adversity.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is under pressure.
Yeah, it's self. You know, we did it to ourselves, right? We can't blame the officials. We can't blame the weather.
Nope.
You know, we did it to ourselves. Now, how do we overcome that? All right, they're starting. The timeout parade begins now.
So Dunbar calls their second time out of the half. They have one left. The clock shows a minute and a half, and the Falcons are going to have it 1st and 10 at the Wildcat 26. But man, you couldn't ask for a better show of just strong running,
you know what?
And people wanting it more now.
That's right. Well, what's one of the best parts of this football team? It's the big uglies, right?
Mm-hmm.
The big uglies. They're blowing them off the ball.
Yep.
They live for this kind of stuff, right?
Yep.
That pass blocking stuff's for the birds. knocking
well,
somebody on the rear.
Job
they do a fine job, but they all big uglies like to run block. It's over quick and you can hit somebody really hard.
You know, you throw Micah in out there to get a good block in off that left end, and then of course Josiah's always going to pick up a good block.
Yeah, he's a tank.
Courtney's a strong runner, and this has just been an impressive last 4 plays for the Falcons. I want to point out that the Falcons are now over 400 yards of offense in the game. Courtney Holder, 16 carries, 171 yards, 1 touchdown. That's what's going on right now. Again, same formation. No reason to change it up. 1st and 10. Clock starts on the snap. They give to Tau Effa. He's going right side off tackle inside the 20-15. Still on his feet.
Keep
10. Down to the 5. Hold on to the ball and being pushed.
Yeah!
Oh, my God! Touchdown, Falcons! You got to be kidding me! Woo!
Nice.
Wow! I thought no way he's going to get there, and he just kept going, but then he got some help from his buddies.
What's the poem that the song that he wanted it?
That